know, man, it's your girl's favorite DJ, the Bol Jus.
And the Love Life.
And this is
Eagles the Podcast.
And we are back, episode 9. But before we get into all that,
we got a special guest.
Introduce yourself, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of International Santo. I guess I'm your girl's second favorite DJ. You know?
But listen, he is one of the most poppin' DJs in the tri-state area, but he's internationally known. You can't call yourself International Santo and not be internationally known. You heard what I'm saying right now. So listen, we about to get into it.
Let's do it.
You ready to get into it?
Now we got 3, so if somebody's wrong,
yeah. Now
I'm gonna try to be the mediator.
No.
Fuck that. Listen, we're gonna get into our inbox, and y'all already know what this is about. I feel like I don't have to announce what this is about. Your girl Jada Pinkett Smith, in my inbox, went crazy. Are y'all gonna talk about Jada and Will? Are y'all gonna talk about August? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So, go ahead. Describe what's going on. What happened?
So basically,
What happened? Go ahead, tell the people.
what am I telling them?
What happened?
So basically, your boy August went on an interview with Angela Yee. It was like a 2-hour interview. It was a good interview, but the only thing everybody remembers from this interview is him saying that Will Smith gave his blessing to basically date Jada Pinkett Smith. He didn't mention anything besides that. He just said that he was so in love with her, basically, that if he died right now, he knows what real love is, and etc. Okay, cool. Fast forward, people kept asking, and in usual Smith fashion, they would have just been quiet and not said anything and left us wondering.
Now wait.
But
No, Black Twitter dragged him. They said he was lying. The Real said that it happened. He just got some really good pussy. They turned this into a fiasco.
what I'm saying is that normally, people always say Will and Jada Smith have an open relationship. They never respond to that. So I'm saying in true fashion, they would not have responded, but suddenly they had a spark of let's respond,
Now
right?
let's get to the red table talk.
She did a red table talk, which was a teaser because it was 12 minutes. All her episodes are usually super fucking long. She brought Will. I didn't think that was necessary. And she went on to say that when he tried to give her like the cool interview questions, she dubbed it and basically was just like, it was an entanglement. That's that. She wasn't going any deeper into that, even though he tried to get all the essential questions for us. She wasn't in love. It was an entanglement. Apparently, when she decided that she wanted to be with her husband, August Alsina never spoke to her again. He completely cut her off. That's why she's so shocked it came up, because apparently this was so long ago.
Let me.
My question is, right? When he did the red table talk, wasn't that in like 2019, 2018?
Who?
When she brought August Alsina on the red table.
Yes.
That was only like 2 years ago. A year ago, 2 years ago. So she was saying like it was so long ago. Like, I don't even know why it came up. She was just baffled. I would have been baffled too.
Yo, Santo, how you feel about this? I'm gonna go last.
I think the conversation had to be like an hour long, and then they had to chop that thing up to like 12 minutes. There's no way that conversation was that short and to the point. Because it was just like, all right, yo, I don't know. Unless it's just like their accuracy is just that on point where they're like, yeah, we're gonna just go knock this out real quick and keep moving. But I don't know, man. I think Will handled it pretty well, considering the situation.
He didn't look devastated to you?
My thing is, I think it probably had to be some time because, you know, for Will to kind of keep his composure during that, I think he had to go through the emotions before that talk. You know what I mean? So
He has.
I mean, part of me feels like, you know, it's not fully taken care of. You know, because you did see the emotion on his face.
Yo,
like,
fact.
The I Am Legend face.
You know what I'm saying?
The pursuit of happiness face. When he killed the dog.
But he handled it well, though.
Yeah, I Am Legend. He killed the dog, and then when he was sleeping, when he got the job, the face. Listen, man, him and Omarion are elite. I don't know how these motherfuckers keep their level of integrity and composure. Cause by golly, wow, let me tell you, if my wife laughs at me and at the end of the interview makes a joke, bad marriage for life, I'm knocking that smooth the fuck out.
I think it was just awkward, and they didn't know.
It was so
they didn't know how to like close it out, so they was just like awkward about it.
He was jabbing at
But you don't see him. But did you notice that he was like sending shots, and she was just like, like
yes,
the whole "I'm gonna get you back" thing. He was dead
ass serious,
and she was like, you stop it.
He was
like,
dead. No, I owe you one.
He was dead ass serious.
Do you think Will should have went harder though?
Yes, absolutely.
In the interview, maybe that's what they cut out. Maybe that's why it was so short.
I didn't even think about what he said. It probably was about an hour of footage, and they was like, "Yo, we have this level of status. We can't get too crazy." But there's no way he sat there that whole time and kept it together like that. And yes, he should have went harder.
Why do you think he did it?
Because love. Don't
No.
get me started. Don't get me started.
Why do you think?
No, I think he should have showed his ass. I'm so. The only
That's
reason
what's
I
wrong
would
with
say
you dirty
the
hoes,
only
yo.
reason I would say not to show
hate
his
it.
ass is because he's Will Smith,
No.
and we've never not seen him cool.
No.
You've never.
That's the
you've
only
never
reason?
seen. You've never seen Will Smith.
No,
on
that's the
camera.
only reason that he should not have showed his ass because he's Will Smith.
You already embarrassed me. You cheated. You fucked the nigga. Oh, you used your one fuck off with August Alsina. Fuck out of here.
I mean, could it be possible that he didn't show his ass because he had dirt on him that he didn't want to be exposed
Nope.
to? He didn't want to
Nah.
be exposed
Nope.
Nah.
I think he didn't show his ass.
living in a glass house. Like, I can't go hard on you. Because maybe we went through some things that maybe the public don't know. So now I gotta sit here and act like this is all good so you don't put my business in this.
Let's be honest. He's been chasing his wife since
For
Tupac.
years.
Since Tupac. Let's be. I don't mean to be the dick, but she was in love with Tupac, and the only reason that didn't went far is because, well, the nigga died.
Oh man.
He's dead as fuck, and that's why she cried for how many days did she
Said
cry?
She cried for like months.
Months, right?
Yeah.
But the reason, back on top, the reason he didn't show his ass, because that's not where he's supposed to show his ass. Where I always said your ass supposed to be shown, behind closed doors.
I'm sorry, but I don't know. My thing is, I would have rather them just not say anything at all. Because honestly, it was a lot of people out there like, oh, August Alsina's bugging. Like, she would never. Like, people did believe him, but it was also people willing to leave it. It was also people just like, whatever. You know what I mean? Because there's so many rumors swirling around their relationship for so many years. I don't think anybody was that bothered enough to respond. If they didn't respond, it would have blew over.
It definitely would have blew over.
And I feel like if my husband is Will Smith, I'm not gonna have my finding myself period with August Alsina.
What? I don't know.
I'm gonna have my finding myself period with like Idris Elba or like, you know, Morris Chestnut.
She had like a little glisten in her eye.
Yeah, like,
talking
right.
so I ain't gonna lie,
Exactly, like-
she was tight reminiscing on something.
That's what he said, and that's why he asked her. So what did y'all like? What happened? Oh, we just
And this
had an
is why
entanglement.
She was glowing.
Yo,
Right.
No, this is not.
but
And even when he was on the show, talking about he had an addiction, like she was just like, yeah, you've been through so much, like,
all that,
you know what I mean? And it's
all
like,
that shit would replay in my head. And you want to know what makes it so bad? The nigga had a nickname for August. He called the nigga Augie.
Augie.
What? That my nigga. That nigga's name is August from now on.
That's what he called him in the show.
He called him Augie.
He called him August.
He called him Augie. He said, yeah, when Augie first started coming around. So that means y'all was cool. That means this nigga been at the house.
No, you did you notice she said that was that's her son's friend. That's how she met him, because he's friends with the son.
Yeah.
That's like sticking a knife in and
It's just that.
Saying,
twist it
like,
back.
but you know what? Some people did make a point to say like they felt like she twisted the interview, like to make herself look
We're not doing this.
less shitty.
We're not.
Like no,
Watch
but
this
it was a
though.
good point. Like she met him,
Watch it in Dave, and I think he threw her alley-oop to help do that though. Listen,
but by supporting her.
them against everybody else.
Right.
And listen,
But you got to think about it. She met him when he was going through rehab and he was struggling and he had all these issues. So it's like people said like, yo, you don't feel like she used him a little bit?
So
took
listen.
advantage of him?
Listen, I don't mean to be Dave Chappelle, but I'm a victim blamer. All right? I'm a victim blamer. August brought this on himself. Everyone's saying August is the victim, right?
He's not a victim because he's a grown man.
They keep
but
saying,
like,
oh my God, they didn't take into account August's feelings and how she tore down this man. This nigga knew he was sticking his dick in a married woman. That whole we're separated thing is bullshit. We are not separated until those papers are signed, because you live on that side of the house and I live on this side of the house.
They said that before too.
Don't make us separated. That's still my wife. You still fucked my wife.
Oh my God.
No, you didn't just, even no matter how you say, you didn't fuck my separated wife. No, nigga, you still fucked my wife. So you knew what you was getting into. So if your feelings got hurt, because she gotta have some fire. Let's get it on the table.
Definitely.
She's gotta have some fire for this man to come out. Hold on, look at me. I've never had no pussy that made me say, if I die right now, I'm okay with it.
I don't know, man. Apparently, her and Pac had a platonic relationship, though. Apparently, like according
they were married.
According to them, both
they were married.
So, you know, maybe she just, I don't know, there's something else about her that must, she got like the Erykah Badu effect or something.
No, Erykah Badu.
Oh, did you see what she said?
Don't compare them. She said it. Erykah Badu
killed Jada Pinkett Smith. She said, "Do not compare me to Jada Pinkett Smith. I have Grammy award-winning pussy.
She got Grammy-inspiring pussy.
I have millionaire pussy. Yo, I have sellout in 2-minute pussy.
Yeah, 60-second.
60-second, but she went in.
Her incense that smells like her vagina sold out in 60 seconds.
I didn't buy any.
It was $60 a pop. Yes, she made incense that smelled like her vagina. Coochie.
That's no lie, and it sold out in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Completely sold out.
$60 a pop.
She let her have it.
Yeah.
But like I said, August knew what he was getting into. He knew, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't love you.
He was vulnerable, and also I feel like he should have kept his mouth shut. I thought celebrities have NDAs for shit like that. Like, if we fuck, sign this NDA because I don't want you.
But if you ain't worth shit, people. That don't mean nothing. What's she gonna sue him for? His album ain't do shit this week.
Can we not?
It didn't. He dropped the album. He had all this publicity, and nobody clicked on that shit. They clicked on his Angela Yee interview. So what's she gonna sue him for? If she has a non-disclosure agreement, what's she suing the nigga for?
I don't know.
And then he threw the thirst trap of the picture of him in his underwear. You saw that?
No.
Where he put the picture, everybody's like, well, now I see why Jada did it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Because I know your boy's definitely going through it. He was clapping back at Kiki and she didn't even do nothing.
Yeah, he clapped back at Kiki Palmer for no reason. But you see what she said?
She said, "You're in a hurt place. I'm not gonna do that." Basically,
she said, "I want to release. I want to release.
I got receipts,
DMs and text messages and screenshots. I kind of wanted to do it. Send them to Egos, right?
Messy.
Very.
Yo, listen. You already know, man. It's your girl's favorite DJ, the Bol Jus, and this week in music, my man International Santo is taking over right now. Some of y'all that watch may know him. I've been following him for a minute now. I've known him since Radio Scene. When I used to, when I used to really watch. When I was trying to get on Radio Scene, he was already up there. You know what I mean? So I've been watching for a minute. But this is my man straight from Bridgeport. Tell the people what's up, man.
Let's start off with the disrespect. Your girl's favorite DJ, that's the tagline.
Listen, man, your girl's favorite DJ. If you don't believe me, ask your girl. That's all I tell them, baby. Straight up.
The audacity of this man right here.
The audacity of this guy. You know what I mean?
Nah, what's good, man?
Man, what's good? How's everything?
Radio Scene. You brought up Radio Scene. That's super throwback.
Oh, I was trying to get up there. My man had a independent magazine that he was doing up there. I can't even think of the name of the magazine right now. We was running heavy, and they was like, "Yo, we want you to DJ up there. Let's get up there." And then we just fell out. But you was up there for a minute, so I was like, I've been watching. I've been watching. You know what I mean?
That's where I got my chops, man. Shout out to Marquis. Shout out to DJ Biz. We were doing that 10, 15, 20 viewers a week. You know what I mean? But we stuck to it. Me, DJ Prozo, and Juice Jones, because we knew, advice that I was given a long time ago about, radio was just, turn on the mic. There's no better practice than just turn on the mic and just to be able to get comfortable and just be confident to be able to do that. So regardless of how many people was watching us, we knew that every week we were getting something accomplished because we were, building that chemistry and we were actually turning on the mic. You know what I mean? So, you bringing that up brings back some good memories.
Absolutely. And like I said, man, I remember when I first started DJing, I didn't like using the mic. I used to make fun of people that use the mic. I always thought that the mic, they just talking because they ain't got the skills that I got.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
I mean? But then I realized people want somebody that'll talk and interact with the crowd. So I had to pick up the mic, and ever since then, I've been your girl's favorite DJ.
Talk that talk, boy. Let's go.
But listen, tell us about a couple of your songs right now. Appreciation is rocking. We're spreading that out.
Word.
Appreciation is is going crazy, to be honest. The beat, when I first heard it,
Yeah.
the beat threw me off on the switch up. I'm like when you first hear, you hear ANoyd come in.
Starts off as an R&B song.
It starts off, yeah, and I'm just
yeah.
listening to it like, this is fire. Then when that beat came in, I'm like, all right, this is where we at. So tell them a little bit how that.
I wasn't sure if that was the reaction that we were gonna get, but there was only one way to find out, man, which was just to throw it out there. And when I first got here, I spoke to you. We recorded that. Shout out to ANoyd, man. If you don't know who ANoyd is, he's a Connecticut native, incredible songwriter, incredible lyricist, and we had the opportunity to work many times, and this was one of the times that we got together and we linked up and worked. And I was kind of like holding on to it for a while, you know what I mean, because we made it so long ago. I was like, you know what, at this point, I got enough music stacked up. I got to get this out to the world and to see how they react to it. And the reaction's been good, man. A lot of people, they rock with the production and they love ANoyd, man. People love ANoyd.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
ANoyd is going crazy right now, and the song's not doing bad at all on Spotify. I know last time I checked, you had 76,000 monthly listeners or something like that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to ANoyd and Chris Webby for throwing me an alley-oop.
What is the Chris Webby song? Yippee Kaye?
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yep, that's the one that got my Spotify established.
Yeah.
And that was like my introduction to the production world. Doing like the DJing thing. A lot of people know me for that, but introducing myself to the world as a producer, Chris Webby and ANoyd helped me with that.
Okay, yeah.
With Yippee Kaye.
And those songs, I mean, you got something in the cut? What you got? When should they expect either a video or the next drop?
So right now, so we're gonna be putting out content, but as far as music is concerned, I actually just did some scratches on a Webby record featuring ANoyd that's dropping Wednesday, actually.
Okay.
So I don't know when this is gonna come out. It'll probably be out already. The song is called Tropicana, so you could hear that. Shout out to JP, he produced that, but I threw like a little sauce on that. And besides that, I don't know if you're familiar with who London is. He's a reggae artist from Hartford.
Yes, I do know. He was at they had the reggae fest up there. He was at
I'm pretty sure.
I know he was there.
Yeah.
Because I got introduced. My man, he DJ Stamps. He's out there a lot.
Okay.
In the Boston area, and he comes down and he was like, "Yo, he's got some heat."
Yeah.
And I didn't know who he was at first, but I only got a couple tracks.
So so me and Alon Don are working on a project right now.
Okay.
So we're like 90% done. We just kind of started talking about that because right now it's just like I said, once Appreciation came out, then now it's go time. So that's the next move as far as me and the music that I'm gonna be releasing is it's like fusion. It's not really. It's kind of hard to put your finger on it.
Yeah.
So even like what you were saying with the production on Appreciation, how it starts R&B and then next thing you know, kind of takes a left turn.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what me and Alon Don. It's kind of similar as far as like you really won't know what to expect with the production.
Okay.
We just because for me I always played a lot of different types of music as a DJ, and being familiar with a lot of different genres, you get inspired, you know what I mean? So it's like when I started to do production, I couldn't just go one route with it. Like naturally I'm like, okay, let me throw some Afrobeat percussion with like an 808 or just I don't know, whatever it is that we decided to do in the studio. We just had fun with it, and I think we came out with something pretty solid, honestly. I'm looking forward to sharing
And before
that,
we wrap this up, man, what can you tell the up and coming two people? What can you tell the up and coming DJ about starting?
DJ. So I mean, right now you could just become a DJ tonight if you want to, which is a beautiful thing. But there are pros and cons to that. In my opinion, I think the fact that you can do that is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but there's not really like a screening process now.
Yeah.
Before, like when I was coming up, I was coming up like 2000, 2001, like starting to collect records at that time, like right when the that stage ended, the vinyl stage ended. But what that taught me was to be able to I wanted to pay dues, and I kind of wanted to be good enough so the people that were doing it before me and the people that I respected gave me that cosign. Mm-hmm. And with that, you take quality and you take a lot of things into consideration because you want to be good enough to be considered to be great one day, you know what I mean? And so right now it's kind of harder for the young generation to do that because they don't have to prove anything to anybody, you know what I mean? So there's no so my advice basically to say that is just mentors are important, you know what I mean? Don't be afraid to reach out and and ask questions to anybody that you may look up to or anybody that you may be seeing doing things that you might want to be doing. Reach out, man. We in a day and age right now where communication is key. You can get in contact with anybody. Just like I got in contact with you, I'm like I reached out to you, and now we're here. You know what I mean? And I just took one DM, and just a little bit of effort, And I think it's similar for a lot of the young DJs. Just show that initiative, and yeah, you can do it by yourself, but build a team, man. There's nothing wrong with building a team and building some individuals around you that share a similar vision. I think you can get a lot farther than just doing it by yourself.
Absolutely. And I tell people this generation don't need they on this whole that's dick riding, that's dicky. There's a difference between showing love and support and dick riding. If you could tell, if I could look and be like, yo, Santos, that set you did was hot. I'm letting him know, like, as from one DJ to another, yo, you did your thing.
Or
what's up with, can we exchange a crate? Can I get that song? Yeah. Because it's been plenty of times where I've had a DJ walk up to me, yo, where'd you get that song from? Can I get that? Yeah, this is by this person. What's your email? You gotta let us do our job. DJs, people forget that DJs break records. It's our job to break the record. Like, we play the record. So if I'm DJing and I throw a new record on and somebody say, yo, that's fire, I did my job. Yeah. You know what I mean? And people don't understand that. Now, what about producing? What could you tell them about getting out there and releasing music? Like, I want to do this, whether it's an artist or a producer.
I think the making music part, for me, I think it was like a lot to do for me personally. It was like a lot to do with confidence. I have such a respect for music. It took me a while to really like jump into the production fully because I had such a huge respect for it, and I took it so seriously that I didn't want to just do it and then like half-ass it. You know what I mean? So like for me, it took guys like ANoyd and Chris Webby and a few other individuals that like really believed in me and was like, nah, like, you got it. You know what I'm saying? And that confidence that they gave me was enough for me to be like, you know what? Maybe I'm on to something. You know what I'm saying? So just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to try some stuff out. Let it go and see the reaction. You know what I mean? See the reaction. And as far as like the releasing the music part and like the business part, like you were mentioning earlier about what you're doing is like the consistency. You say you guys are dropping records every week now.
Every week.
And that's actually a strategy that Russ has been trying to put everybody onto for the longest.
No funny shit. June, that's where we got the idea from.
Yeah, so
Russ did something and said release it.
And it's not just the consistency, it's the quality as well that goes along with it. So if you're putting out some good music and you're doing it consistently, that algorithm is gonna roll over and it's gonna build like a snowball effect. And Webby took a page out of that book. So shout out to Chris Webby and me me being around him and Chris Fury, which is our road manager when we go on the road, and he wears many hats. But that's kind of like the page that they took out was like, you know what, we're gonna just do a Webby Wednesday is what they started in 2016. And they ever since they started doing that, it's just been like a snowball effect, bro, and their numbers are crazy through the roof right now.
Facts.
So I would just say consistency for sure and quality, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And listen, we about to get out of here. I am your girl's favorite DJ, the Bol Jus. Remember, if you ever want your music reviewed, I show love. I will get you put up here, and I will review and be brutally honest about your music. So if you're sending it to me and you want me to tell you it's good and it's not, I am going to absolutely tell you that shit is trash, not to tear you down, but so you can put something good out. I'm going to pass it over to my man Santo right now. He's going to sign off and tell you exactly where to find all his music at.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would love for you to follow me on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, wherever you stream music. Or if you want to contact me, you want to holler at me, it's International Santo across the board. And if you want some, and I just dropped some merch too. If you go to my website, internationalsanto.com, you can find some merch that was just released for the single Appreciation. So
absolutely, you already know what it is, man. And we're back.
We are back.
I'm always so loud. Y'all can hear me like this? It doesn't feel like me. But we're back with the main topic. It got crazy. Shout out to my man Santa for coming through. We appreciate that. Listen, here we go. You ready for this main topic?
I'm ready.
We're about to get into it right now. Expectations.
In relation?
In new, old, on off in your relationship. Expectations. Let's start.
All right, let's do it.
Cause what are your expectations?
In what?
A new relationship.
In a new relationship, I don't think you should have any expectations.
Wow. Okay. Why? You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have any expectations. Like,
what am I expecting out of somebody I don't know? I should have to get to know you first in order to see what I know I should be expecting out of you.
I'm expecting to like you because I gave you my time. I'm giving you my energy already.
But you don't know you're gonna like everybody you give your time to.
Exactly, but you should expect it because it's just like, yo, I'm expecting to enjoy this time with you because we already connected enough to move further.
Right.
So I'm expecting this to go somewhere else. I'm not expecting, bullshit. Don't waste my time.
Well, I'm expecting you probably just not to overstep any boundaries. If we just started talking, I'm expecting you to know your role.
What do you mean boundaries? Is it boundaries?
There's boundaries when I first started
Like
dating
what?
you. Yeah, of course.
What are boundaries?
In general,
All
there's
right,
boundaries in every relationship.
we first started dating. Don't get me into my story, but we first started dating. What are the boundaries like? You gotta expect, because I don't think there are. To me, there are no boundaries in the beginning because we gotta create those. Like I don't know where I could. You gotta test the waters. I gotta test the waters with you to know where that boundary begins.
I don't know. I had a friend, and she was dating this guy.
Shut up,
like, I was about to say, I had a friend, and she was dating this guy, and like I think they were talking for maybe like a month. And he smooth slid in her inbox like, yeah, I'm expecting this cologne from you.
All right.
And the cologne's like $500.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, how long was they dating for?
It was almost a month, and he was like, yeah, I'm expecting this cologne. And she was just like,
Was it his birthday?
Nigga, if I've been talking to you a month,
Hey,
I don't
listen,
think
but
you're
that's
worth
what,
$500.
But that's what I'm talking about. Oh my God.
Know your role.
No, that's what I'm talking about because he's here. Yo, shit, sorry. I'm fucking up. He's here. He's already
What
like,
did
yo,
you
I'm
do
knowing where this is going.
in this month that I should, number one, if it's your first birthday with somebody, because I want to make this, if I'm just started dating you and it's your birthday coming up, that already sucks to have the first birthday when you first start dating somebody, right? It does, because you don't know. You want to do something nice, but you don't want to overwhelm them. You want to do something nice, but you don't want to make it seem like you didn't even try. But I feel like if it's your first birthday with this person and y'all haven't even been dating a month, to sit there and be like, yeah, I'm expecting this cologne that's $500, it's like, oh, bitch, you tried it.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with honesty and upfront. I wouldn't have taken that as
You could
rude.
put it out there. You could put it out there. Yeah, I was thinking.
No,
I
you
was
gotta be
looking at
upfront
this.
though. You don't be around. What they say, closed mouth don't get fed. Because if I put it out there, be like, oh man, this cologne is really nice. You could be like, that shit expensive. Wow, why would you ever buy that? Especially somebody like me that's not like, I can't say I'm not materialistic, but that's not with the Joneses.
Right.
Because something like you would like.
Yeah, but that's my thing. That's like you dating a girl. It hasn't even been a month, and she's like, "Yeah, about these lubes, because my birthday is coming up."
But
you'd be like,
but I wouldn't take offense to that.
I would.
The first birthday, I think you should show
What
off.
have you done that I needs to be wildin'? What have you done? Took me to Red Lobster?
You should want to. If you're not in a relationship.
I'm sorry,
listen,
but
we're
I
way
just
too
feel like
old.
when you first get into a relationship, old, young, senior, when you first get into a relationship,
Listen.
you have to crawl before you ball.
But we are not.
You don't want to get into a relationship if you think. Let me just. If I'm dating you and it hasn't even been a month,
Okay.
and you pull up on me with a Baccarat perfume, which is like $400 or $500, and we haven't even been together for a month. If you pull up on me with Baccarat, and my birthday's in August, in December, what are you doing for me? What are you doing for me in December? You taking me to Bora Bora? Because if you pull up for my first birthday when you don't even know if this is a thing yet, it hasn't even been a month, with some $500 perfume, then I'm expecting for Christmas, I must be getting a car at least.
Well, that's where the.
And that might not be your tax bracket.
but
So don't show your ass because it's income tax season.
But you should.
And then you can't do it again.
But you got to give what you can. Like if at the time I'm up.
And if I'm dating you for a month, I'm not sure you know that I could give you $500 Baccarat perfume.
But if I'm up, that's not your, like you said. If I'm up, if we're dating for a month, and I'm up, and I'm like, oh, she wants this, and I can give it to her. It's my job because that's where I'm going. I am going.
That's
I
where you
am
set
growing
people up to get it fucked up.
How are you setting it up to get it fucked up? So
I just
I'm
don't
supposed to
believe
gradually spoil my girl?
Exactly. Let's see where they head at first. If you giving them all of this in the beginning, you not leaving nothing to be desired later on. Then how do you know in the beginning of the relationship you don't know if somebody's using you, somebody just trying to, have fun while they in between an entanglement, while they not sure if they want to get back on their ex. You don't know. So I'm tricking hard. I'm dropping bands on you and it hasn't been a month, and then you decide to get back with your.
Nah, hold up, you're not throwing something.
I need my perfume back. I need this back. I need everything back.
Listen, Floyd.
No.
Listen, but what I'm saying is you're supposed to show off.
I'm not.
How am I supposed? How are you supposed to know what I'm gonna be
Because I want you
able
to
to
fuck
handle?
with me. If you start getting too much,
I do fuck with you enough to buy you $500
too
worth
much
of perfume.
monetary. You should at this point. Too much monetary in the beginning sets you up for failure. I feel.
Nah, I don't agree.
Because then that person comes to believe that your name becomes attached to a dollar sign.
No, I don't agree.
I'm sorry, but if you fucking with me, we should be able to Netflix and chill in your grandmother's living room.
There's no woman in America that expects that and will accept that.
I'ma sit on a park bench type of bitch.
Listen,
so I don't know what women you know I'm chill. So that's not true.
You're a sit on a what?
I could sit on a park, a nice park.
Yo,
we could go sit on a bench and chat it up for hours.
Don't put your business on
That's
this camera.
me.
Don't put your business on that camera.
I bagged you because I bought you a razor and some fucking socks.
That's because
so you're not a high maintenance bitch yourself.
That's because
I didn't bring out all the razzle
but I let you know where I was at. And I did
that from my heart. You didn't ask for that.
But you knew where I was.
And that's a cheap fuck. You hear that? A razor fuck. And a pair of socks.
Yo.
And then look.
Yup, a razor and a pair of socks because that's where I'm at. And if you're at motherfucking $500 perfume, I need to know that now. I need to know where I need to aim for because if this is going somewhere, your birthday is in motherfucking May. I need to know that December I gotta save. I need to know December I gotta save. I need to know what's coming next.
I'm just not that person. I'm not telling you what I want. If you ask, I'll give you like. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, just so you know, I'm expecting this.
You set people up. What she just said right there.
No, because I want you to work from your. I want it to be genuine. I want it to be something you really wanted to give me. That's why I tell people when you fucking with somebody, if they don't specifically say, "Yo, Jacob, what you want for Christmas?" Then Jacob, you shut the fuck up. You might drop a hint or two, but don't tell me, yo, I'm expecting a PS5. I'm expecting this. I need it. You could drop a hint.
No, you need to let me know. Don't drop no fucking hint, because guess what? I'm going to let God and let go. Oh, that's what she want? Oh, you hitting at this? And then you won't get shit, because like I said, certain people like myself, I do not keep up with fashion, the Joneses. Yes, I have a spending habit, but I spend it on stuff I like. And I'm not into the Gucci, the Louis, the Loubs. I'm not into none of those. So if your perfume that you just said that I can't even fucking remember how to pronounce, if that's your thing, you need to speak that shit into existence, because I would have never knew that.
I would ask.
Yeah, what you want?
If I came up to you like, oh yeah, so I'm expecting this, you're gonna be like, bitch, who the fuck?
No, I'm not.
Right
I would never.
But before.
No, before I was a stunting ass nigga. I'm calm right now. Before, Shorty would have been like, yo, I need this. I'd have been like, bet, I get money. Fuck is you talking about? And smacked her with it. You heard? That's how I get down. Bow, bow, bow. Don't front.
The subscriber you should reach.
Don't front. Listen.
SUCK.
If any woman, hey, listen. If any woman out there that I mess with know that was how I got down. Y'all can get in the comments and piss her off and co-sign me. Because I know that's what I
Well, if anybody I've dated or talked to wants to co-sign about how humble and decent the fuck I am, if you want to get in the comments and piss him off, you go for it.
Go ahead and get in the comments, because I know how unhumble she is.
I'm very
Don't do this to yourself.
Don't do that.
Don't do this to yourself.
Don't do that, because I'm a simple girl. Don't do that. Anyway, continue.
Simple.
I'm simple. I'm very easy to please.
50K simple. Whatever. Hey, let's keep it moving, right?
Anyway,
let's keep it moving.
Continue.
So I found a little article that I'm going to put up. 10 questions you should ask your partner so your relationship can thrive. Tell me if you agree with these. You want me to start at number 1 or you want me to start at 10?
The number 1 question? No, start from 10.
10. Do we each have supportive others around us?
I think that's an important question.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
Because if you got 8 shit friends and I got these decent ass friends, you're not gonna understand the dynamics of some of my friendships.
But what's that got
I just had a conversation with somebody about this.
What's that got to do with us, though?
Because I feel like a lot of people will be in a relationship, and if I'm your girl and I don't have supportive friends and you have supportive ass friends, sometimes I might feel like, oh, you beasting to be with your friends, or oh, why you always confiding in your friends, or shit like that.
Okay, I respect that answer.
You know what I mean?
I can dig it.
A lot of guys don't have really supportive friends.
I can dig it. I can dig that one. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You got me. Jacob
You know
got
what I
me.
mean?
Because he's invited to the cookout. And his mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
But I respect that one. I get it. I thought you was going somewhere else
The
with that.
dynamics might be a little different.
On my end,
Might
I'm
seem
like
they doing so
but on
much
my
of it.
end, I'm just like, yo, this is my relationship. Like, if you can't tell your friend,
Friends matter.
Because if it's your friends, you can tell your friends, yo, you bugging the fuck out, shut the fuck up, before I smack the shit out you.
Friends matter.
You can have that conversation with your friends, like, yo, I will smack the shit out you because I love this woman. That's it. End all be all. My friends should respect that. But I get where you're coming from. I'm actually not gonna argue with her. Boom, boom, boom. Oh shit. Number 9. When we face stressful circumstances, would we pull together to get through it? I feel like that's a good one. That's tough.
I mean, I think people could give you any answer with that.
Nah.
And then when you actually hit a stressful situation, you don't know what they're made of until you get there to that point. I don't think that's a question you can ask somebody.
I don't know. I think that's.
I could say, yeah, I would try to be there for you no matter, 1,000%. And then some stressful shit happen and I'll be like, ooh.
I don't know because let's the first thing everybody's gonna want to know, especially for me, is if I cheat on you, you leave, and if you cheat
Is
on
that
me,
a
am I
stressful
leaving?
situation?
To some people, yes, especially if all my
When
if
you
all my
say
lovers-
stressful situation, I think you mean like financial hardship or
everybody
somebody got
gonna be,
ill.
Hey, listen,
or
everybody gonna be. If we can't make it together broke, we can't make it together with money.
everybody don't get together broke.
Huh? But if we can't, but you gotta know what your baseline is. Everybody know.
You
Even
never
if we
know
go
what could
damn
happen.
broke, you gotta be good. But I'm thinking on more of like, I think the cheating that would be stressful. Like
Cheating is
somebody
very
long dicking my bitch, I would be very upset. You know what I mean? It's a lot. That's stressful to people. And then if you cheated on me and you sucked it,
Cause she's gonna admit,
That's
oh yeah, I
disrespectful.
sucked a little dick. Nobody's gonna tell you that. She's gonna be like, no,
Nah, you
I didn't
gotta
suck a
tell
little
me.
dick. No, of course not.
you better not have. You heard? But people gotta know if they can make it through that. Like, can we make it through that? 'Cause
I
that's-
don't know.
That is the end all be all for most relationships. Cheating.
Yeah, it is.
So that's straight up. If
But why you need to ask me that? Yo, can I get a little cheat?
no. It's like, can we make it through that? Because if we can make it through that, we can make it through anything.
No, I don't think so.
What's worse than that in a relationship?
Some people cheat and bring you back a package.
What's worse than that? If we make it through the cheating, we can make it through anything. The package ain't nothing. That just enhances it. If you have a kid, you have a kid. If you have a kid, you have a kid. Who hates
This
kids?
nigga bugging.
Yo, you are a piece of shit if you can honestly say, man, fuck them kids.
No, if you cheat on your wife and you come back with a baby, you think that's easier than
But once
I could get over the cheat, but the extra package that's not gonna go away ever is not. something
but like
to
you
get
said,
over.
it's there. It's there. If my girl cheated on me, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't
don't
leave. And if
know.
a package came with that, real men gotta step up. I seen a dude the other day with a. I gotta eat dinner. I seen a. I'm
Skinny life.
I'm trying this whole diet thing. It's really not fucking working. Fuck you guys. I saw a dude the other day with a shirt on that said, "I'm not a stepfather. I'm a father that stepped up."
That's a beautiful thing.
And that's a beautiful thing,
But
and
you
that's
know
a
what you're not
real
gonna
man that can do that.
Don't kid me.
If I
kid
love
me.
you, I love everything that come with it. Straight up.
Before I married you, yes.
All the way around.
After I married you, if you go, oops, here's another baby.
All the way
I'm a,
around.
"Oops,
People make
here's another eat my dick. See you later, buddy.
See, people, I'm not coming from me, the male ego.
I owe you a baby, so we good.
Coming from me, the male ego, I wouldn't leave. I think that's soft. I think that's the most softest thing you can do.
You heard it here first, so without bringing back that chocolate baby.
Listen, Will Smith, chill out. Are we 8?
Okay.
Are we both committed to working through hard times?
That's the
You're
same
not.
question.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I'm
Hard
committed
times-
to working through hard times,
hard
but
times
at what
is what
point?
you're talking about.
At what
What
point?
you were first talking about, the
Is
finance,
it
that's a
hard?
hard time.
Okay, so this is what we're talking about, financials.
This is where I would go with this question.
I'm willing to work
You know,
through financials as long as you
that-
don't have like a gambling addiction or something.
That's a hard time. It's a hard time. And I don't have a gambling addiction.
No, just say.
We going to the casino right after.
What's
this.
a hard time? You know what I could say?
Death?
I dated a guy that was a crazy drinker, and that was something I could not compromise
But
on.
that's what it, drinking.
I could
death,
not compromise on that.
Anything like that, drugs. Some people
I
have a hard
can't
time with
compromise
drugs.
on that.
God, what,
Because you know
gotta
what
have
it
a
is for
perfect
me?
relationship?
No. But I feel like if I have I have polycystic kidney disease, right? So if you're dating me, I'm not gonna say I never drink. I am a social drinker. So if you're dating me and I'm a social drinker, but you need to drink every single day, in a way, that offends me because you know my situation that's hereditary. So if I say to you, you know, it would be nice if you could not drink so much, and you don't take that into consideration because that's something that you enjoy, it's sort of like spitting on my hereditary issue that I didn't ask for.
How many times do you have to say that before you give up? Because I feel like it has to be worked on.
In that relationship, I think I was with that person for like 4 years. And it wasn't.
That's not a long time though.
4 years is a long time to know somebody is sick or has something in their family, and you go out of your way to be like, well, this is what I enjoy.
But
so fuck you.
4 years is not a long time to adjust to your lifestyle.
4 years?
It's a lifestyle. If I'm accustomed to smoking weed since 16 every day.
If you really want to do something,
but hear me out.
Take the time to wean back off of it.
But hear me out. If I'm accustomed to smoking weed every day since the age of 16,
right,
and we meet at 25,
right,
and you're just like, yo, I need you to chill out.
I know weed smokers and cigarette smokers that got pregnant and didn't smoke the whole entire time.
But what I'm saying though,
so if a woman can stop smoking or drinking when she gets pregnant,
but that's not the same thing.
You in a relationship to say, yo, I know, that's like me saying, yo, I know that your liver is no good, right?
Yeah.
And I say, but I really enjoy getting fucked up.
Okay.
Or if I know you had a parent that died of an overdose.
Okay.
And I like to party.
Yeah.
And you tell me, yo, I know you like to party, but if you could just simmer down because that triggers me.
Okay.
And I'd be like, but I really like to party. I'm
sorry. No, that's not how it happened.
That's how it happened.
That's not how it happened. It'd be like, okay.
This is how I have fun.
I got you. No, it'd be like this. Okay, I got you. When you out with your dudes, man, she tripping. You know how we do. They won't know. What's the saying? You don't know what you had till you lost it. They won't know until it hits the fan. It can hit the fan 4 years later. Like you said, it can hit the fan 4 years later.
You should respect people's boundaries. If you like to party or you like to drink or you like to do X, Y, and Z, and your partner tells you that's something they're uncomfortable with or that's something they move past. Because some people will be like, yo, we used to do a lot of shit together, but I'm not into that no more. I still want to be with you. You should consider wanting to get past that.
But you can consider it.
Or make a conscious effort to even pretend you're trying.
But you can make a conscious effort, but then, like you said, there's triggers. People get pulled back in. You gotta make it work through that. Okay.
I guess it has to be worth it for you.
I did good for, I'll say some bullshit. I did good for 6 months. I ain't smoked nothing in 6 months. I don't smoke. Let's get this out there.
Smoke.
I have a job. These are fucking examples. I've never smoked in my life.
Never smoked in his life.
But I haven't smoked in 6 months. Some people be like, 6 bullshit ass months, because that's what I'm thinking. Somebody that don't smoke 6 bullshit ass, fuck you. But somebody that smoked every day, that's
a long time.
That's a minute, right?
Right.
So that's a conscious effort.
Right.
Is it acceptable for me?
Are you
Absolutely
making
not.
an effort though? There's a difference because people can see that you're making an effort and people can see that you're giving them excuses. You see what I'm saying? That's like saying, oh, it's Friday. You really don't want me to drink on a Friday? Like, and it's like, nigga.
But it's Friday.
You want to try. Next question.
Let's get lit. I get lit. You heard that?
But I.
Yeah. All right, so here we go.
7.
Do we both feel we can discuss things freely and raise issues with each other?
Absolutely. He says whatever the fuck he wants, and this podcast is proof.
Listen, I say whatever I want on this podcast because I feel empowered by you people. And I know that I'm not going to get pistol whipped with a loaded
also
gun.
at home.
But I don't feel like you can talk about everything.
I think you can talk about everything.
I mean, we should be able to. Yes.
We
I don't
talk
know.
about mad shit.
I don't know.
Please, you go out of your way to say shit in front of me on purpose all the time.
I don't know. Like what? Give me an example.
There's so much. 90% of the shit you say out your mouth to me, your friends would never to their girlfriends and their wives. They would.
You know what?
Never.
You're facts. Because I feel like.
But should I key up with you about you and your friends? Key and when I
yeah, because you know what? No, I
they
feel
would
comfortable.
never have those conversations with their wives or their girlfriends.
Yeah.
Cause I'm a gangsta ass bitch. You heard?
Minus the gangsta ass. You take the gangsta ass off that phrase, you good.
I'm a cool
it's
ass
not even
wife.
Fuck that. It's not even about being cool. It's about being
cool
comfortable.
ass
I feel like I should be able to talk to you about stuff. Yeah, so I do agree. I feel like you should be able to talk about stuff because I should be able to.
Me
be
and my
like,
friends talk in front of him all the time. He's
yeah.
like one of the girls. But
they
like,
know,
bitch.
yeah. But they know that I'm not like that. They wouldn't say that shit in front of their man though.
No, but that goes both ways. That's what I'm saying. We have an open relationship. I don't think that our relationship. You can say that we.
Wait, hold on. We gotta open. What?
No, not a.
Get this bitch killed on camera.
August.
Like, get this
I'm
bitch
saying
killed.
that we have a relationship where we talk about a lot of things casually in front of each other.
Yeah, because there's nothing.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. So
Right.
I guess what I was gonna say, ignore everything I said in the beginning. That was bullshit. Secured another one. You heard the bet? Nah, hold up. I don't even fuck with her like that. Number 6. Do we both work at keeping our relationship vibrant? We about to start an argument. Food stamps, people. Food stamps.
see, I just
What Beloved
laughed,
say?
right?
You get 50 pumps. Count them if you ain't bored. You know what I mean?
You
They ain't
heard
got nothing to do.
You
Nah,
heard
but
me?
I think that's a good conversation.
It's a good conversation.
Because it's just like, you know,
I think some people work harder at others at keeping the relationship vibrant.
yeah, and I feel like we should be able to tell each other, like, yo, this shit's weak as fuck.
We
no,
do.
No sub.
We do. I don't sub you. I tell you.
Oh, I'm subbing you on camera. You're slacking. Slacking.
Yeah, No,
But-
yeah. If he
no,
gives me
vibrant.
whack dick, I tell him that was whack dick. He
Slide in the
doesn't like
comments, ladies, and let her know that's
it.
never
But do y'all
happened.
let y'all man know if like some night you be like, yo, that was whack dick, and they be taken aback by that. But you gotta let them know.
Sometimes I look at her straight in her face and be like, it was about me.
Whack dick.
Yeah,
Next
but
question.
we don't fuck. Let's be honest. Pause. Turn her mic off.
Yo,
We
next
don't have
question.
sex, so
You're a hater.
she wouldn't know what whack dick is if it smacked her in the face. I'm gonna smack her in the face with it.
Yeah, okay.
All right, where we at? 5? Do we generally see the best in each other?
I think that's hard.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
I think-
Is that a question you ask your partner or you ask yourself?
Do you
That's a
genuinely
good-
see the best in your partner? Ask yourself that.
Like, do we
I think
actually
when
know
you
each
first
other?
get with the person, it's easier to see the good in them. And then once you get to know them and you live with them and you see all these little nooks and crannies, sometimes you gotta work harder to see the good things or be more appreciative of the good things. That's what I think.
That's bullshit.
Because it's easy when you've been with somebody for a long time or you live with them, it's easy to be like, piece of shit, you didn't even do this, you didn't even do that. Oh my God. But you might not notice that they brought you lunch or that they did the laundry or that they picked up after you. You know what I mean? So I think when you start to live with somebody is when when you have to be more conscious of being appreciative or positive about them.
I feel like this is a tough question. Because seeing the best in someone when you're at the worst is hard.
Oh, that's different.
Like, if I'm down and out, which has happened. It has happened where I've been down and out, homeless. And even though I'm the one struggling and the person's trying to help me out, little things trigger you when you get pissed off.
Yeah.
So seeing the best in someone at my worst is hard as fuck. I gotta see past what I'm going through. So if we're looking at a mountain, right? This is the bottom of the mountain. This is midway. This is the top.
You can't see the
If
top.
I fell at the bottom and you're at the top, I gotta still get to the midway point. I gotta see past all this shit to even get to you.
Right.
That's hard to weed through.
But I mean, I think they mean in general.
It's still hard for me, and which leads to the next question, which is great.
What's this?
Do we generally? Oh wait.
What number is that?
Number 4, right? Yep. Number 4. Are our expectations realistic
At what point?
in the relationship?
Like right now? Dating for 4 or 5 plus years. Because we already spoke about new relationships. So what are we talking about?
Oh, I guess older relationship, mature relationship,
Mature relationships?
matured relationship.
Matured relationships. Are they realistic expectations?
Are they realistic expectations? I want to say something, but it's gonna be an OD sub, and I do not feel like having this woman call me. So
Let's not.
yeah.
I think when you're in a senior relationship,
Okay. Let's just never mind.
senior relationship,
I'm
I say
subbing.
anything 5 years or more is a senior relationship.
Okay.
before 5 years, it's still really, really good times, I think.
Okay.
I think after 5 years, you might be able to say, yo, I'm not feeling you today. And you won't feel bad about that.
True. I think we could do that before.
Well, you know what I mean. I think expectations get a little gray area after a certain amount of years. And I think that's for every relationship. I was going to say in male-female relationships, but I think that's in a lot of relationships. It gets gray.
I think
because some people are either on the same page or they're not.
Okay.
And if you don't have good communication, then it's very hard because you think, well, by now you should know. Because I feel like a lot of people in relationships use that. You should know me by now. Oh, we've been together long enough that blank, blank, blank,
and that's the question. Like, is it realistic? It's just like, you know what? Now my goal with you is not fucking realistic because you don't know. You dumb fuck.
Or is it that you're not taking the time to communicate that? Because I feel like the longer you with somebody, the less you're willing to communicate. People be like, you should know. You should know.
But it's a fact,
We've
though.
been together so long that, and it's like, yeah, I could know, but every few years, you're changing.
Peep game though.
I wasn't the same person I was when I met you.
But peep game.
I have different expectations.
Peep game.
I'm peeping.
Chill out. Month one.
Month one.
Month
That was a
one.
long time
Listen,
ago.
peep game. Month one. What you want to eat?
Chick-fil-A.
How was your day? Right? Yeah, wow, you wildin', but I'm with that. What you want to eat? How was your day?
Right.
Is there something wrong? Etc.
Right.
Those are questions you have to ask.
You have to, or you choose to.
You have to.
Or you make a conscious effort to ask.
But same thing. You have to ask because you need. In order for you to find that out, you need to know.
Well, but I think men, specifically, are more inclined to ask those questions in the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't ask that question after a few months.
You know why? Because after a few months,
you don't really care.
I should know you enough to look at your face and be like, there's something wrong with you. I don't have to ask. I know. I should start to fix. I should know that if I pulled up to Starbucks, I should know your drink. The first month one, I shouldn't. What do you want? I don't want to fuck this up. But year 5, year 2, I should know. Oh yeah, I'm passing Popeyes on the way. Yeah, she would want a chicken sandwich. Let me just grab this shit, even if she's not hungry. Put it in the refrigerator. Right? So you got to ask those questions. Some questions don't need to be asked.
I think a question that should be on there is, how willing are you to be open about communication? Because I feel like a lot of relationships,
and that's not up here,
they lose the ability to communicate well, or they lose the ambition to ask these.
That's not up here, but the next couple are some heavy hitters. I'm not gonna lie, we're at the top 3 right now.
Okay, what is it?
Number 3, do we want the same things in our relationship and not a life? That's it.
That's a good question.
That's a crazy question.
You have to ask those questions.
Some people don't want to get married.
Yeah, some people don't want kids, and their partners don't know that.
And they don't know that, and that's some shit that we got to talk about, because before I had kids, I wanted kids. If I was with somebody that didn't want kids, that's a deal breaker.
Right.
And if I found that out after I'm in too deep, I would be tight.
Right. Yeah, no, because I've known some couples that the female will be like, yeah, you know, I love him to death, but I don't want kids. I don't plan on having kids. And like, I would be like, wow. But I feel like we give women a lot of hell for saying they don't want kids. They don't want marriage. They don't. And it's like, you know, times are changing. All women don't want to be married. All women don't want kids, and they shouldn't be required or stigmatized because they feel that way.
And that's,
but I do think that's something you need to be cut and clear about. Excuse me, I'm sorry. When you get in a relationship with somebody, because I feel like a lot of women are so embarrassed for feeling like that they don't tell men, and then they get into these relationships, these long-term relationships.
Yes.
And then the men assume, you know, oh, we're gonna have kids, or she'll change her mind, or whatever. And then when that doesn't happen, it's like, I've invested all this time. But I think that's true for a lot of men too. A lot of men don't have marriage as a goal.
They don't. A lot of men don't have marriage as a goal.
They're not purposely having children.
And they're not purposely having children. They're not okay with male friends.
They're not okay with male friends.
And that would be a deal breaker for some people.
And I think that's something you need to discuss also when you first get with somebody.
Because like you and Chad,
female friends.
you and Chad wouldn't sit right with anyone.
Me and Chad have not sat right with any relationship until this one.
Just like, no, even on his end, because it's just like, what's Chip's famous line? Well, I hope you know he got a best friend with a fat ass. I hope you can get past that.
He never said that.
Who's never said that?
Charles has.
He has said that. I didn't make that up. I've heard him say that. He said that to someone. I've heard him say, well, she's got a best friend with a fat ass, so I hope you can get past that. I've heard this come out his mouth.
Wow.
And people can't get past that friendship, and honestly, that's what it is. This is since forever.
Yeah,
and
I had a boyfriend when I went to prom, and I still took my best friend because I said, "You're not fucking up my prom photos."
That's drastic.
No,
that's drastic.
and me and him end up not being together, and look who's on my mantle right now. Best friend, that's my best friend.
And this
even though my best friend has deaded me for a few bitches, but I'm not even gonna put him on Front Street because we've moved on. We're adults now. This is a true story.
All right, now the top 2 questions.
Top 2 questions.
I think they should have been flopped, but they're both good.
Okay.
Number 2, do we have a strong basis of a friendship?
Oh, I never dated anybody I wasn't friends with. I don't date people if I haven't been friends with them. But also, I have purposely friend zoned some people because I'm like, I'm not about to fuck that up.
But time out. Here we go. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, right? Coming from a man perspective.
Okay.
How do you know that the friendship is genuine? Because you can't.
What do you mean?
Because if I know that you're going to want to befriend me first, niggas do anything to get me drunk.
Well, I wouldn't come at you that way. Like, I have a lot of guy friends, so I could chum it up with dudes without them thinking like, oh yeah, she want this top stick.
It's not about you. It's about me. I see who you with, and I'm just like, damn, she bad.
You hit a nigga with a few too many elbows and bros, they gonna get the picture.
Nah, they won't. No, they won't.
That must be some Connecticut shit because
you shoot until what? You shoot till you make it.
No.
Nah, you wildin'. Nah, then you just.
But you can also be clear and let guys know, like, oh, that's not what this is. Like,
yeah, how'd that work for you?
Worked out plenty of times.
Oh, has it? Not this time.
You're the only
Paige, got it. Wait, what is it? Say it. Say it. I'm the only one.
You're the only stalker that got dubbed that would not let up.
Fellas?
I think you're the only guy
Fellas, take this message right now. You just heard her. Persistence is key. You shoot until you score.
He was also supposed to be hooking me up with a few choice friends that I had picked out from a list that he never hooked me up with. So there's that window. Cause I still remember that.
R.I.P. Kobe.
That list of friends you were supposed to hook me up with.
Yep, and it didn't happen.
Anyway.
My stomach was out that whole time. You didn't tell me my stomach was out.
Jacob's fault. What's the number 1 question? It just came out when you got excited.
So I get. They saw the fat boy. Oh my god! They saw. They was about to see Fat Daddy. Is it? Oh, damn. Yeah.
Not today, bitch.
Shout out to Moosey. Number 1.
What's the number? It's blazing in here, by the way.
Are my partner and I a good fit?
Are we a good fit? How do you ask that question though?
You gotta have a conversation.
Are we a good fit? You know what? I think that's.
Is that a question for internally, or is that a conversation piece?
I think you can have that conversation with the person.
Really?
You probably want to have that conversation
when
alone at first. But then I feel like you could talk to somebody. Yo, you think we're really a good fit?
I feel like that.
Because some relationships you could be like, yo.
I feel like that conversation will go
where
live.
we at? You might get mad, but real shit, if the communication is there,
bitch, what you mean about a good fit? I bought you $500 perfume.
Facts. No, but realistically, you should be able to ask your partner, yo, do you think we a good fit, or do you think you think we together because it works?
I don't know.
I think you should be able to ask no, because if I'm with you and we got a convenient life and your schedule works with mine and I watch your back and you watch my back, that doesn't mean that we're a good fit. But mentally, emotionally, you know what I mean? Oh, our schedules mesh. We're convenient for each other. That doesn't mean we're a good fit.
Okay, that word changes it. Convenience versus.
That's the word I was looking for.
Convenient.
Just because we're convenient together doesn't mean we're a good fit.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have that fucked up. Convenience, gets everything all
I think that I gotta have that conversation with myself first before I bring that to the table. I gotta analyze myself.
Well, yeah, because you want to be realistic so that when you have this conversation, you don't get offended by anything they might be able to throw at you.
And I gotta take the time to look back at myself, because I feel like this conversation will happen out of feelings towards the person? Like, are we even a good fit because you?
But are you asking this because you're upset with them?
That's
or
what
are
I'm
you
saying.
asking
That's
in general.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just gonna be a thing where it's just like, am I saying this because I'm nitpicking at shit you're not doing? But am I in turn looking at what I may have been doing or not be doing?
Well, you
So
know,
I feel like
I think when you gotta ask a question like that, it's more so because you're unhappy. Because if I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm wondering if me and Justin ever actually were a good fit, then I'm probably like, damn, do I want to do this anymore? If I gotta ask myself that question.
Fellas, this is what happens when you keep shooting. See, she don't even know if we a good fit still.
No, Dick, I'm saying that if I have to ask.
She don't even know if we a good fit still. That's how good. I got that. You know what I mean? You see? Do you see the form? You do see the form because I got that ass. Bam! Oh my God, that shit pretty. You saw that, Jacob? You saw the elbow? You gotta.
Anyways, what I'm
that
saying is
Jimmer up,
that
yeah?
if you have to have that self-conversation of whether you are a good fit with your partner, then you need to consider if that's where you want to be.
Okay.
Because why would you be just pondering on a Saturday afternoon? I wonder if me and Jacob really belong together. Why the fuck would you be thinking about that?
I don't know.
Exactly. So you obviously might not want to be there if you gotta ask that question.
Because
That's like a pre.
you never. Wait, time out. I don't mean to throw myself under the bus. You never had that conversation with yourself?
If I was supposed to be with you?
Yeah.
Yes,
All right,
absolutely.
then. So what you mean?
And that's when I was like, yo, should I just dump this nigga or what? How long has it been? Because a lot of women say that. Should I get rid of this nigga? And he be like, God damn it, I already invested blank amount of years. What the fuck? Because that was the first thing I said. Shit, it's been blank amount of years. My youthful glow is waning away. Should I stay with his ass or not?
You thought you was useful when you had that piercing in your head. Fuck out of here. Yeah, there ain't nothing useful about this bitch. I'll brick that.
Stop. My body is scared. Deep conditioning right now.
But listen, those are the 10.
Those are good
Now,
questions.
besides communication, what do you think was missing? I think I really was surprised communication was up there. Nah,
Are you willing to share a bank account with your partner?
I don't think
That is a crazy good
that's
question.
not a good question.
Does money matter? Yes.
I don't think it's a
a
good
lot of
question.
people
No.
think money matters.
I don't think it's good.
But communication is not up there, and that should have been number one. Are you going to be willing to
I don't
communicate?
know. I don't think I would have changed the top 3. I thought the top 3 were fire.
I think communication is key.
Listen, let me run them down.
People lose their communication skills.
Listen, here we go. I'm gonna run them down. 10.
Run them down.
Do we each have supportive others around us? 9. When we face stressful circumstances, will you pull together to get through? 8. Are we both committed to working through hard times? Do we both feel we can discuss things freely and raise issues with each other? Do we both work at keeping relationships? Do we generally see the best in each other? Are our expectations realistic? Do we want the same things in our relationship? Fire. Do we have a strong basis as a friendship? Fire. And are we a good fit? Listen, I'm gonna put it on the story. Tell us what was missing.
Yes. Yes.
Tell us what was missing.
Y'all should comment or throw in our. We'll
should
put
go
it on our
live.
inbox too. We'll put it
go
on
live.
our.
We'll go live. We'll answer the
Yeah,
question.
we'll go live.
Because we got.
We'll ask the question on Instagram
Oh
stories.
shit! I just broke my heart. Got one more episode left.
Yeah.
One more
guys.
episode left of the season, but we'll
That's
probably
crazy,
talk
right?
about this on live or.
We gotta
in
do something spicy
conversation.
for number 10.
Or you know what? Start commenting the questions below. We'll stay on for a little bit and start answering comments in the day.
Yeah. Hey, it's your girl, The Love Life with Sip and Chat, and today we have some pretty interesting questions. So, the first question was, listen, I know I look a little suspect today. I'm deep conditioning, I've got things going on. Besides that, somebody wanted to know, should you put all your eggs in one basket as far as dating, as far as relationships go? Ooh. I would say it depends on the amount of time you have invested with this person. Because after a certain age, I don't think you should just be dating to date people. I think you should be dating them with a purpose or with some intention. Obviously, after I'm not putting you men on blast because I feel like it takes you guys a little longer to date with purpose. But women around 25 probably start dating with a purpose. Men, I'm going to give them 28-ish, 30-ish. Maybe we might even be good with 30-ish. But if you're dating with a purpose, then you obviously want to put all your eggs in one basket. No, I'm not even going to sit here and lie. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. It is not safe. I would not advise you to do that because you put all your eggs in one basket. This asshole drops the basket. You're fucked. So you can have like 8 out of 10 eggs in a basket. You keep those other 2 eggs on warm just in case. Because no, nobody got time for that. And these men got eggs all over the place. So as a woman, I don't feel like you need all your eggs in one basket. You should be comfortable in a relationship, and by a certain point to know, all right, let me gather these eggs that haven't been broken and move the fuck on and up. Somebody else said, to prenup or not to prenup? Is it disrespectful? If we're both broke, we don't need a prenup. You leaving with your Toyota, I'm leaving with my fucking whatever putt. You don't need a prenup. Now, if you're making Bill Gates money and your man works at Foot Locker, you might want to consider a prenup. Not because he works at Foot Locker, shout out to Foot Locker, but because, you know, but because you just have to be careful. You have to protect your assets. When I say prenup, I say if we end and I fucked up, then I know I'm going to allot you a certain amount of money because I fucked up. If we end because you fucked up, you know you're walking with nothing but what you came with. However, I feel like broke people don't understand prenups. When you build a prenup, whatever you built in this motherfucker after we got married with my assistance is half of mine. It doesn't work that just because we got together, whatever we built together after this marriage is solely mine because I might have the upper hand because I have enough money to afford a prenup or to have my attorney draw up a prenup. So I feel like prenups aren't necessary. You could be in love with somebody and they could be the best thing since whenever, and then it ends and you be like, damn, I really can't stand you. And you start doing shit out of spite or just because you can't stand that paper. People turn to a whole different other motherfuckers when you're in a bad space. And that's when you learn who your ex or your spouse is. So if you're not in the tax bracket to be worried about your assets, you don't need a prenup. I'm sorry. We end, I'm keeping my rings, you keep your rings, I keep my cars, you keep your cars. It's not that deep. Now, if y'all have severe differences in your tax bracket, then by all means, protect yourself. The last question was, would you date someone who has kids? Listen, I'm now married. If I would have known what I knew going into my relationship, if we wouldn't have got married, I would say never date a man with kids unless his children's mother is dead. If she's not dead or in another country, don't even do it to yourself. Or if they don't have an amicable relationship, you cannot successfully date a man who comes into a relationship telling you that him and his baby mother have a terrible situation. If you get with a man, he could have the best intentions. He could be the person that was not the fuck up in the relationship. But if he doesn't have a decent relationship with the mother of his children, and if they can't co-parent well, it's not easy to bring somebody else into that co-parenting. If you can co-parent, if they co-parent successfully before you come in the picture, and he introduces you respectfully, and you respect boundaries as, you know, mothers don't want people meeting their children before X amount of months or before they meet them. If you can respect boundaries like that, and they have a decent co-parenting relationship, by all means, go for it. Another reason I used to tell people you have to be careful dating those with kids is that you could be dating some guy, he has kids, or you date some girl even, and she has kids, because baby daddies are not the best people to deal with either. And they have kids, and you get attached to these kids after 2-3 years and y'all end. And then the situation is very awkward, because if the child is young, you're not as likely to keep in contact. It's not going to be as easy to keep in contact. People act like they want to snatch their kids from you when you don't fuck with them. So I feel like if the kid's a teenager and you develop a relationship over time and then y'all end, you could continue relationship, but you get your feelings hurt if the relationship doesn't work and the children are small. So all in all, if you have kids, then I don't think you really should have too many standards on if you want to date somebody with kids. But if you're single, you have to consider your lifestyle adjustment. If you're dating someone with kids, you can't, be a certain way around people's kids. You have to be, more respectful about what you say and how you go about things. And you probably want to make a pretty decent relationship between you and that child's mother or you and that child's father. So that's why I always say, consider if he's not cool with his baby mother, if they're not decent with each other, You gotta do some serious investigations to see why they not cool and see who was the fuck up. No, I'm just kidding. If they're not good, you might not be good either. Because if she already hates him or he already hates her, and then you the jingle that they bringing in, they're gonna cause nothing but drama. So yeah, that's my take on that. Bye guys.
I think we had an amazing show.
I think it was really great.
We had a special guest, amazing.
Yes.
Shout out to International Santo.
Santo.
And this is gonna be a good one. This one might linger a little bit. I can see this hanging out on social.
Yeah.
I can see this hanging out on our social. I am your girl's favorite DJ, the Bol Jus.
And the Love Life.
And this is
Eagles the podcast.
Yo.
DJ FMCT.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of lie to you, I'ma lie with you. I don't wanna make you deal with my issues. My goal is to make you smile when I'm with you. You the hostess to my gun love is a crime with you. I don't mean to let you down, baby, I promise you. When we out, you stuntin' like I'm at the prime with you. We gon' shut wherever down, cause you a bomb issue. Yeah. You know I'ma ride for you. I wanna provide for you. You know I would die for you. I wanna live life with you. You know I'ma ride for you. I wanna provide for you. You know I would die for you. I wanna live life with you. I used to say love is overrated, cause I know that it can be complicated. And I know why people are always hating, cause they don't never want no smoke and I be faded. Your head game, graduated college. So did I, so I respect the knowledge. When I'm wavy, you be chillin' on my island. No mechanic, when I'm out, you never wildin'. Yeah. You know I'ma ride for you. I wanna provide for you. You know I would die for you. I wanna live life with you. You know I'ma ride for you. I wanna provide for you. You know I would die for you. I wanna live life with you. You know I'ma ride. I wanna provide. You know I would die for you. Yeah, I'm tryna get right back. I wanna provide. I need you. I'm tryna get right. I want you. You know I would die for you. Yeah, I wanna know the baiting. Show me your appreciation, no. See my love initiating. Show me your appreciation. All I need, all I hear, know you appreciate it, yeah. All I need, all I hear, know you appreciate it, yeah. All I need, all I hear, know you appreciate it, yeah. All I need, all I hear, know you appreciate it, yeah. Show me your appreciation. Appreciate it, yeah. Show me your appreciation, no. See my love initiated. Show me your appreciation. Yeah, I wanna know debating. Show me your appreciation. See my love initiated. Show me your appreciation. All I need, all I hear, know you appreciate it. All I need, all I hear, know you appreciate it. All I need, all I hear, know you appreciate it. All I need, all I hear, know you appreciate it.